Oh, hi, my little angels. Come on in. Come in. Everybody come in. I am so happy to see you all today. Please come in. Welcome to my kitchen. It's a cook with me day. I promised you guys a mac and cheese recipe and I'm gonna give you one. Baby Angel's coming home for dinner tonight and she specifically asked for mac and cheese. Now I have not one, but two ways of making mac and cheese. And tonight we're making the easy one, the healthier one, and the less cleanup one. Okay? But I will talk you through the other way. It's pretty much exactly the same. We're just not making a roux, okay? And all a roux is an equal amount of fat, an equal amount of flour. I like a little bit extra fat than flour. I just find it. And you're gonna cook it over a medium heat until it's nice and smooth. And when you think it's done, go a little bit more. Just a little bit more and get that flour cooked out. And then you're gonna slowly, Candy, you're gonna slowly, sorry about that. You're gonna slowly drizzle in milk, a good amount of milk until it's thick, but not as thick as you want it, because then you're gonna add your cheese. That'll thicken it up even more. That's the regular way. We're gonna do it this way. This is your best friend. So I'm gonna turn my pot on to almost high. Yeah, almost high. Evaporated milk. I use 2%. They even have fat-free. Pour it in, okay? And then you're gonna take about a tablespoon of flour. And I'm using my gluten-free flour because this is a gluten-free recipe. I didn't do my normal intro, guys, because I just want to cook. Okay, so you're gonna whisk in a tablespoon of flour into this, and that's what's gonna help thicken it. And we're just gonna use a whisk, not a tablespoon, Kimberly. Okay, so we're just gonna whisk it in. Okay. There we go. You're just gonna whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk. Now I have a pot of water on to boil, and that is for the penne, because we're doing penne, we're not doing macaroni. Now, when your water comes just about to the boil, this is when I like to do it, add your salt. This is where you wanna add a little more salt than you would normally, but not as much as the cooking shows. Good Lord, they put in a lot of salt. I don't do that much. Now I'm also gonna salt my milk and pepper. Okay. And my secret ingredient for my mac and cheese sauce is Dijon mustard. I love Dijon mustard. It adds a zippiness, and you're only putting in about a teaspoon, just about a teaspoon. Another spice I like to put in is either real paprika or smoked paprika. Either one will do. And you're just sprinkling it. You're not using a lot, guys. It's up to you. We're also gonna add just a bit of this complete seasoning, but you don't have to. I have just discovered this Badali complete seasoning. Pretty low in sodium. Adds a ton of flavor. And I just put in maybe half a teaspoon. It's not much. And you just want it to have that zippiness. Sorry guys, I'm out of the range of the camera because I forgot an ingredient. And then any hot sauce of your choice. I'm just gonna use Frank's and just whatever you prefer. And because I'm cooking the Frank's, it's not like, you know, so I'm just gonna stir that up. Let that cook down a little bit and get that flour fully cooked before we add the cheese. Okay. And it's the same thing with the milk. I mean, and if when you make this, you realize I've added too much cheese, I did approximately 2 cups of shredded cheddar. We have a really sharp cheddar, old, and I have a Kerrygold Reserve cheddar. I happen to think Kerrygold makes the best cheeses. I am dying to get to Ireland to try the butter because here in Ontario, I can't find the butter. My cousins in Alberta say they have the butter but not the cheese. We have the cheese but not the butter. So eventually we'll meet up at a border sometime. Just swap it together. It's super easy. I don't know why people try to make mac and cheese sound so much more complicated, but here's a couple little tricks. If you want to make your mac and cheese a wee bit more special, take some cream cheese, just a spoonful, just a spoonful. You can put that in. I like to put that in while the milk is heating or the sauce is made or whatever. Let it melt. You can also put in sour cream, but Uncle Angel doesn't like sour cream, so I don't do that. And that's it. Just let that melt in. The sauce is just, you're just a little patient with the sauce. And this way, oh, my water is boiling. So I'm just going to add my Barilla. Now it says al dente in 10 minutes. I am going to take it out at 9 minutes, strictly because we're going to be baking it. So it's going to bake a little bit longer too. And I'm going to use about half the box. It's just a side dish. I'm using the whole box. My baby can take some back to school with her. She has a wee fridge, and they have a fridge on the floor of her residence that everybody can use. So I'm gonna make a full pot, which means I might be adding more milk. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. It's definitely thickening up. I just want to melt that cream cheese. Now, I'm going to take all but a handful of this cheese. You want the handful left over, and I'm going to show you what to do with it, and some breadcrumbs. And you just put your cheese in. Now, for those of you that like a crunchy topping, I'm going to do one today because Baby Angel does. I don't. Okay, I like my mac and cheese to be mac and cheese. Now, I like to whisk this in. I like a wooden spoon. And don't forget to give your pasta a stir every once in a while, okay? And do not put oil in your water. That gets started when people don't have time to make sure your pasta doesn't stick. I personally like sticky pasta, okay? Nothing I like better than when I make spaghetti and you get that big clump that are stuck together. I like that. I'm weird, okay? We're just gonna let that cheese gently melt. Oh, that's pretty. And if you prefer orange mac and cheese, feel free to use orange cheese. And you can use, hold on, any kind you want. I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. You can do Pecorino Romano, Asiago, I guess you could use. Whatever kind of cheeses you like. I know people who use Velveeta. I personally would love to use Velveeta, but it's not gluten-free, and Uncle Angel can't look at the sodium content without having heart failure, so I can't do that. So it's almost ready. The sauce, it's that easy, guys. I'm not joking around with you. It is that easy. And I'm just gonna get another spoon. You can tell when it's done when you can do this. And the line stays. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So cheesy. Oh, that's nice. That is so nice. Now, another thing I love to add to mac and cheese is bacon. I just don't have any right now. And if you're doing bacon, cook it, render it. That just means cook it slow so you get the fat to come off, that's all. I cook my bacon on a an aluminum lined baking cookie sheet in a 375 oven for about 20 minutes, 20 to 25, depending how crisp you want it. And I do sometimes pour a little bit of the bacon juice, not fat, bacon juice, drippings, into my sauce. I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, guys, look, there's our cheese sauce. I wasn't kidding when I told you it goes super thick, and it's that easy. That's it. You have now made a cheese sauce, okay? And all macaroni and cheese is macaroni cooked with a cheese sauce mixed in. If you're going to bake your mac and cheese, now at this point, you could make a stovetop mac and cheese. You could cook your pasta till it's the way you want it, drain it, put it in, you're done. Serve it. Or you can bake it. You can make it ahead of time. If you bake it, add a little more sauce than you normally would. Make it a little bit thinner than you want it to be, because it's gonna bake in the oven and probably dry out a bit. So I'm gonna check when I add, I might be adding a little bit more milk to this, but I'm gonna decide when the pasta's done. But that's it. We can just have a little wee chat right now. I think I'm gonna add a little more Frank's though. It didn't have any zip. And I think I'm gonna add some garlic. Do I wanna add garlic? Maybe not, maybe not. And we're gonna have turkey piccata. Pardon, huh? What's piccata? Lemon. Okay, all you do is you take a thin piece of meat. I don't care if it's veal, chicken, turkey. I think you can do it with fish. Anyways, you're gonna flour it. Just drop it in a baggie full of flour and give it a shaky shake. That's all. Keep your frying pan with some oil in it. Sear it on both sides, maybe 3 minutes per side. Take it out. And then you're gonna make a sauce. And what I use for the sauce is white wine. I use a ton of lemon juice. I love lemon. I love lemon. Lemon juice and a little chicken broth. And just cook it till it's reduced. When it's the way you want it, stick your meat back in. Let it finish cooking in that sauce. Serve it with some sliced lemons on top. You can add some Parmigiano Reggiano to it if you want. You can add capers if you like capers. I love capers. Uncle Angel's isn't. Baby Angel's like, So this is a welcome home dinner for her, so I'm not messing about with any of that. So that's my special. My baby's coming home, my baby's coming home. And then a nice light spinach salad. And that's just spinach, and I got a bunch of veggies to use up. I've got some tomatoes that are just about ready to go, so they'll be good. Some cucumber. I'll add in some spices, some oregano, basil, salt, pepper, maybe even a little bit of garlic. And everybody can put their own dressing on it. That's it. That's all you gotta do, guys. If you ever wanna serve a different kind of dressing, get a ready-made, say a ready-made Italian, zesty Italian. Add some honey, pour it in a little container, add some honey to it, whatever spices you like, give it a mix up. Now you've got a whole new different sauce dressing. And you can tell people it's homemade, because technically it is. It's made in your home. And that's it. I really want to put it together. But of course I watch pot and all that. But this sauce is perfect. This is absolutely a perfect sauce. It's gorgeous. If you have queso and you don't have any allergies or gluten intolerance, add a spoonful of queso to your mac and cheese sauce to zip it up a bit. That's very nice. It's very, very nice. Okay. So as soon as this pasta is ready, and I can check it right now, there we go. Just need my colander spoon. Spider, I think they're called. And how I do it is I just take one out. I feel it. I taste it. It's ready. And you do not want to overcook gluten-free pasta, ever. I forgot to get my colander out. So I'm just going to use my pot holders. I'm going to drain it like that. super hot, guys. I spilled it because that's what happens when real people cook. You know? It's what happened. Now I'm gonna add the first bit of it to this. I'm gonna gather all the rest that's in the sink. Goodness, I just cleaned the sink. Now, if this happens to you and you don't have asbestos hands, like I do, just turn the cold water on, guys. That's all you gotta do. There we go. That's all. And we'll add it to the cheese sauce. Now, you can put this in a baking dish, but since the move, I can't find my baking dishes, which is really odd, actually. Now, I'm going to show you the consistency we have right now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Can you see that? But I think because we're going to bake it for a bit, I'm going to add a little bit of milk to this. Just regular old milk, and yes, this is lactose free because in my old age, milk and I have had a parting of the ways. Doesn't stop me from having cheesy dishes though. I think a wee bit more. And I know you guys are like, but I won't know. You will, you will, you will learn. I promise you, you will learn. Now, this will go in a 350 oven when I'm ready for probably a half an hour to 40 minutes. I will take the lid off at that point. See, look at that sauce. I will take the lid off. I will sprinkle on the cheese. And all you got to do with the breadcrumbs, take a handful of breadcrumbs, put it in a bowl. You can use melted butter. Today I'm going to use olive oil just to wet them, soften them, sprinkle them on top. And then when you take the lid off, you put those on. Let it cook until they're crunchy and bubble. Oh, they're so good, you guys. So good. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy the mac and cheese. And let me know if you make it. It really doesn't have to be hard, guys. It really doesn't. I don't think this is much more work than making the box stuff, except grating the cheese. And you can buy grated cheese. I don't, because sometimes they use flour to separate them. That's not gluten-free. So I try to avoid that and grate it myself, but that's just a me thing. So as always, I love you guys. I value you, I honor you, and I'm so very, very glad that each and every one of you was born. Candy is at my hip right now, licking at whatever cheese I have on my hand. Stop that. I love you guys.